forward to 43371. I'll be at Bart, Bailey, and McDonough. I noticed that back there getting off of Highway 292, you did not signal, and I also saw you visibly talking on your cell phone.
It was just for a second.
Just for a second?
Yeah, I
okay.
missed the call.
So. All right. Do you have your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance on you today? Robert, Adam, Nora, Charles. I'm Chase Nelson. I'm a recruit deputy with the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office. We are currently at the Oregon Public Safety Academy. Before we graduate, we have Patrol Week, which is a whole week that we spend down at Scenario Village. Scenario Village is a fake village that we have down here. It has houses, streets, highways, businesses, and throughout the village there are several crimes that take place. Also multiple traffic violations because there's cars that drive around as well. Patrol Week is different than some of the other scenario sessions that we've had because we have a lot more opportunities for self-initiated stops. If we see a car violating traffic or if we see someone on the street who's acting suspicious, we have the discretion to go ahead and stop them and talk to them.
So I'm sorry, where are you coming from today?
Just driving around, enjoying the sunshine.
I like traffic stops a lot. They're always different. You know, you're always talking to somebody different and you don't know what you're exactly walking up to until you get there. Sometimes they're going to be really, easy and understanding and friendly, or other times they're going to be yelling at you and super angry, and sometimes they have warrants.
While we have self-initiated activity, we also listen to the radio and we respond to calls. So you may be out on a traffic stop and you get a call for service to go to a domestic disturbance or a theft in progress. I think that's what makes Patrol Week so much fun, is that you don't really know what to expect. It does add a little bit more stress, but it also makes it a little bit more realistic.
Monitoring the tempo of the calls during Patrol Week, it's not uncommon that we set up ad hoc things like an auto ped I'm going to set up here right now. I've got a hold of the role players and they're getting ready to get set up, and then officers will be dispatched to respond to it. Cody gets hit by Marissa. Kevin, you're coming in this way, and Hugo will go around the other side, come from this way, and turn it into an argument. We'll see what the cops do. Okay.
So Mitch, what have you done here?
Created chaos.
So I saw somebody texting and driving, so I decided to execute a traffic stop on them. And as I was getting their information and walking back to the car, I saw a pedestrian get hit by a truck. I hadn't heard anything else on the radio yet, so I decided to clear and go over to that because that takes precedence, higher priority than a traffic stop.
So we created an incident forcing the officers to realize that sometimes they have to prioritize their calls. And if they're on just a traffic stop or something and they have something that could be life-threatening, but sometimes they may have to break away from those and make those hard decisions.
By the time I got over there were a lot of other officers over there as well. One of the people in front of my car was a potential witness, so I just stopped and talked to them when my partner went up to go and get some other witnesses, and other deputies and officers were providing first aid and trying to figure out exactly what happened.
So when I first arrived on scene of the pedestrian and vehicle collision, it was a little bit hectic. There was obviously one officer who was the primary because he was delegating what everyone needed to do. He had me try and contact one of the witnesses and have them move their vehicle in order for an ambulance to come. And I asked the person to move their vehicle and they ended up driving away, and I lost a witness.
Okay, and then did you tell him where you wanted him to go?
Yes, I told him I wanted him to stop in front of the old sign.
All right. Okay.
So.
All right.
Get his name?
No.
Did you get the plate on the truck?
No.
No, suspect vehicle is right here.
Okay.
Yeah, he was just a witness.
Yes.
So that mistake went from this big to like this big, right? But you thought that was a suspect? Grab an ID or something from him. Okay.
Okay. So for me, that was a learning moment that, we can slow down and get people's information. Not everything has to be so fast-paced. It's important to slow down and do a really thorough investigation.
what's going on, find out who's a witness, start getting names, addresses, phone numbers, right? Because then you're going to have one person says one thing, another person says another thing, another person says another thing.
Whether it's your traffic stops, responding to different calls, using the radio, Patrol Week is definitely putting everything together